Hey guys, it's Lori from the Watchman's Midnight Hour. And aren't the flowers so beautiful? I just had to get a picture of that. But I just want to touch base in regards to the season of Christ's return, right? And I really believe once we hit the Passover, that understanding that what Jesus said to me back in 2019 came into effect this year, which is season of my return, Satan knows his time is short. And since Passover, have you noticed tons of believers, even Mike and Paul, are all confirming that we know we're in the season of his return. I think that's the most important thing to realize, that we are imminent. I know my pastor here where I live made a statement that the rapture is imminent, and he's been really moving on speaking about the understanding of the rapture and how it's going to, like recently he spoke about how it's going to affect children and how the innocence of the children and not knowing and understanding, sin and what was needed to cover, for that sin, that they're innocent. They haven't actually done purposely, done sin. And each child it's different, right? Some are younger that understand what sin is and what they're doing, and that that it's innately wrong. But it's interesting. It's been really interesting for the last few weeks, noticing this unity amongst all believers that we're in the season of the Lord's return. So I just want to encourage you all. You all know that I do find it interesting, and I do know that. Well, actually, let me tell you. Mike from around the world said in one of his recent talks that he doesn't go into the gematria, whatever, the numbers, but he said if the Lord gave you a specific number, he said, then it holds weight. So that made me think of that number 717. Like I told you guys, back in 2019, when I got up, I looked at the clock, it was 717, right? And the Lord was like, pay attention. And then all of a sudden, tons of believers, everybody was getting 717. Well, if you have gone through in my previous messages, or if you've gone to my blog, you know that looking up the Hebrew meaning of it and the Greek meaning of it really have definitions that play into the rapture. And that, according to Enoch calendar, 717 is actually September 17th, which is the last day of the Feast of Trumpets. And that, we can't just knock that. I mean, that's just not circumstantial. I mean, if we're still here past September, I think I'm at the point where I'm going to just stand knowing that we're in the season. And I'm not going to try to pick an appointed time or what do you want to call it, a feast. I'm just going to have to focus more on just encouraging everyone, to stand strong, to see God's hand play in their life, to see the power of God, to walk in the Holy Spirit. Those are the most important things that we do, and we have to love on others that are around us. So hang in there, everyone. Go ahead and read Luke 6 if you haven't read that. It says that Jesus, even he himself, loved the wicked men, and it's just like, wow, we don't realize how much love the Father has for his creation. But we need to come to that point where we have that deep compassion and that deep love for others. So much so that we, when we're in the store, we're like, okay, Lord, who do you want me to talk to? We're so ready and so excited to be able to get into a conversation, Holy Spirit led, that draws someone closer to Christ. Well, I want to encourage you all and hang in there. God bless you. Make the Lord your teacher. Make the Holy Spirit your teacher. Spend an hour a day if you can. Worship. Get in the Word. Ask questions. Listen. And get to know His voice. Get to know His voice that comes from your heart, your gut, not your head. All right. Hang in there. Bye-bye, everybody.